From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Daybreak Drive-In Podcast.
From Wish TV, I'm Derek Dennis with your News 8 Daybreak Drive-In for Friday, January 23rd. An FBI investigation into the death of the late former Colts owner Jim Irsay, a deadly police-involved shooting in Mount Vernon, Indiana, and a bill in the state legislature stands firm on schools upholding a student's assigned sex at birth and not their desired gender identity. Next. The FBI investigating the death of the late former Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay. That's according to the Washington Post. The investigation includes inquiries into the addiction doctor who treated Irsay prior to his death in May. Irsay died May 12th in Beverly Hills, California. Dr. Harry Haratunian, the addiction doctor who treated Irsay during his final months, also signed Irsay's death certificate listing the cause of death as cardiac arrest due to pneumonia and heart issues. Colts Vice President of Communications Steve Campbell reacted in a statement, writing, "We are aware of the investigation, but at this time we've not been contacted by the FBI or been served with any subpoenas." Indiana State Police troopers are investigating a fatal police shooting on State Road 69 north of Copperline Road in Mount Vernon, Indiana, involving two deputies with the Posey County Sheriff's Office. Investigators say a male they were searching for was a passenger in a semi-truck who had two active felony warrants. That truck was stopped by police, and investigators say a male passenger got out of the semi-truck while pointing a handgun to his head. During the encounter, both deputies fired their weapons and the passenger was struck at least once. Officers on scene immediately rendered aid and called for an ambulance, but the man died. The officers on scene were not injured. A new arrest after a man was burned alive and discovered in a vehicle in rural Delaware County. News 8 previously reported on the vehicle fire and initial arrest in December. 43-year-old Tallis McCoy was arrested January 15th on charges of aiding in murder, arson, and obstruction of justice following the December 14th murder of Michael Greer. 4 other suspects have already been arrested. The investigation continues. Students at all public schools and universities in Indiana would have to use bathrooms and locker rooms that match their sex assigned at birth under legislation moving through the Indiana General Assembly. A state panel this week signed off on a bill to require all birth certificates to match a person's assigned sex at birth rather than their gender identity, and to require the Department of Correction to incarcerate people in facilities that match their sex at birth as well. The bill's author, Senator Liz Brown, a Republican representing Fort Wayne, said in committee the bill is about aligning state policy with science. It still has to work its way through the full legislature. In News 8 Sports, ESPN reports an average of 30 million people watched the Hoosiers beat Miami 27-21 on Monday, the second most watched college football playoff championship game and the most watched college football game since the 2014-2015 season. From Storm Track 8, it's the cold before the snowstorm on Friday. Highs in the upper single digits and lower teens, with wind chill values likely in the range of 10 to 20 below zero. From Wish TV, I'm Derek Dennis. Be sure to like and subscribe for your daily news updates from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the Daybreak Drive-In Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more on demand and on the go, connect to Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.